Good evening, everybody. This is Rob with another edition of Horror Pop After Midnight. And my guest tonight is Ted Baehr. How's it going, Ted?
Doing pretty good tonight. Rob.
All right, thank you. So this name, Ted Baehr, this is a nickname. How'd you get the nickname Ted Baehr?
The name that I got it actually comes from a guy that I used to work from the original haunted house, Nightmare on the Bayou, in Houston, Texas, back in 2004. I actually went to an interview to work for the haunted house, and the owner, he looks at me I'm sitting at one of the tables filling out the application, and somehow, some way, I knocked the table over, and he just looks at me, and he goes, "You look like management material." And then everybody started laughing, and then I go, yeah. And then he looks at me, he goes, "I don't know your name." He goes, "But you look like a teddy bear to me." And he goes, if you're here more than 10 years, I'll remember your real name. But as far as you know, you're Teddy Bear to me. And so after that, that's how that started, because everybody now knew me at the haunted house was Teddy Bear. And
so how'd you get into the haunted house business, and how long have you been in it?
I got into it. I had always would decorate my front yard. Even when I was a little boy, I mean, I would go out there with my dad and just start decorating, and I always loved Halloween. So so one day I just seen a post on this big billboard over at Nightmare on the Bayou, and I went up and I applied, and I got the job. And so, like I said, that was back in 2003. So, how many years would that be? Like almost 20-something years now. I lose track, but ever since then, and we ran that haunted house up to 2013, and we shut down. And then I finally moved out to my new haunted house, Creepy Hollow Haunted House, and I've been out there ever since.
Tell me about Creepy Hollow Haunted House.
Now, Creepy Hollow Haunted House, of course, every haunted house were number one, but we are number one in Texas. I got to say that, we are, we're actually like a theme park. We have 3 different haunted houses. We have the Dark Woods, we have 288 Scare Factor, and we have a clown house called Pitch Black. We have 4 different freak shows that goes on every couple of hours out there. We have acrobat spinners. We have fire blowers. Different shows. We have food vendors, carnival games, and then of course where I'm at, we have 2 gift shops out there on the property. So there's pretty much, you can spend all night out there and see different things all night. And we have characters walking around, interacting with people, and I mean it's really just an interesting place. It's kind of like, I would almost compare it to being out there if you're at Disney World during horror nights. If there's no rides out there yet. The owner wants to put some like a Ferris wheel and stuff out there, but that's to come. That's how big the owner is trying to get Creepy Hollow to be one day. So, but it's a lot of it's a lot of fun, and I mean, you can spend all night out there, and so but yeah, so that's pretty much about Creepy Hollow. I mean, it's just like, it's an awesome place. A lot of people. I mean, we have over 1,000 people come out almost every night and come and see us all over United States. I've met people from Vegas. I've met people from like Colorado, and from Michigan. I mean, they literally all come down because they know one of our main characters out there is Relic the Clown, and everybody knows him because he's on live stream. He's on Twitch. He's on Facebook. He's on Instagram, and a lot of the main social media sites. So a lot of people know him as Relic the Clown, and so he comes out there, and he's he's one of the very popular people out there, along with some of the other main characters that we have out there. So, but I mean, it's like I said, that, you know, we all interact with people out there. I get out there sometime and have a really good time with them, and you know, we love to scare people. That's what we love to do. You know, we love to have fun. So, yeah. So I mean, that's, you know, pretty much about Creepy Hollow. Um, you know, it's a great place.
So part of it too, you work in a gift shop, but you it's part of it, but you're like a character working in the gift shop at the haunted house. Tell me about your character.
Okay, so my character is actually Teddy Bear. And he's actually he's developed into kind of his attitude is a mix between like a raunchy car salesman, Beetlejuice, and a hillbilly hick. If you can put all three of those together, that's pretty much who Teddy Bear is. I mean, he's pretty gross some points. He does weird things out there to get attention. He will try to sell you anything possibly on the face of the earth, and you know, he'll shoot slick shots at you and just kind of, you know, if he can make you laugh and scare you at the same time, that's what he's going to do. So one day I was actually sitting out there because Teddy Bear, you know, he has overalls and he puts, I have like an eyeball, an ear, and like just different little body parts in all my pockets that I carry around. And I just one day was sitting out there, and I had like this little bench that I had set up, and people would walk by, and you know, like a couple would walk by, and I would say, "Hey, does your boyfriend not listen to you?" And the girl would say, "Yeah." I go, "I got a problem solver. Come over here for a second." So they would come over, and I would pull the ear out of my pocket, and I'd lay it there. I go, "Look, this ear works. You can buy it. Yours for $29.95. But wait, there's more." And they would just bust up laughing. And I go, "Does he not see your point sometimes?" "Well, I got a solution for that too. Here's an eyeball. See, you can fix everything on your boyfriend you don't like for an easy little price of $49.95. And so they would just bust up laughing. And the owner of Creepy Hollow, he says, "I love what you're doing out there and how you're interacting with people." And I would do that a lot just to mess with people. And so I came across a bunch of stuff that the owner of the old haunted house, he gave me a lot of like merchandise, and I didn't know what to do with it. So I was speaking to the owner of Creepy Hollow, and I was like, "Look, I got all this merchandise, and I don't know what to do with it. And I was going to see if maybe I could sell it out here during Halloween time." And so we worked out an agreement, and he goes, "One of the biggest things, if you can, I'm going to give you a container to use out here, and you just got to make it fit in with the haunted house, and dress up and make it as badass as you can, and kind of do what you're doing, but, you know, sell your stuff." And I go, "Not a problem. I can do that. You know, my brain, the way I think, I can do that." So I came in, I built, you know, I got all the shelving in, everything, and put all the merchandise out. And I open up, there's like these like bay windows that you can open up. And as people walk up and down, we call it Dead Man's Alley out there, I try to hawk people into my shop. And, you know, and then even if, or when you walk, like the last part of the outdoor woods, you can actually walk into my shop. But there's an entrance that you can walk in, so you can walk right into my shop as well. And I'll talk to you and you know, say, "Come look around. We have all sorts of different interesting things to look at." And so then I still do my, you know, my body parts bit, and they come in and I always have different, you know, different things I sell, you know, like we have special jewelry made. We have pictures. We have T-shirts. We have all sorts of different things that we have that we sell in our gift shop every night. And so we change it up a little bit. But now this year we have some actual like taxidermy stuff in there, and um, we have. We have a big black bear that I just acquired, and his name is Spooky the Bear. So we set him up. So he looks pretty good, and I can't wait for people to come down and take pictures with him. But everybody seems to like the gift shop, and we just love to scare people, and we love to make money at the same time doing it.
So in your gift shop sometimes, do you get some of the other characters of the haunt that comes in to kind of scare the people that are looking around in your shop?
Oh yeah. We actually have. They literally will jump through the window sometime. The characters will jump through the window just to come in and scare the shit out of them. And so, and then sometimes too we have. This guy, he's a stilt walker. He'll come in and he'll stand there and kind of hold them into the shop a little bit. And I'll look at the people and I'll go, this is my this is my cat. The guy that's building a big stilt walker. He walks on all fours and he has this like weird looking face. I go, this is the house cat. I go, he won't let you out of my shop until you buy something. Of course, they know I'm joking with them, but they look around, and most of the time that works, And so then he moves out the way, and they'll walk out. But we have that all the time. We have people that come in and mess with them, and we have a lot of people who are fans of all the different characters that walk around, so they want like autographs and all that good stuff too. So it's kind of like a meet and greet zone / they also come in there and mess with them at the same time. So sometimes I have to calm them down because they start chasing them in the corner and they start bumping into all the shelves. And I go, if you guys break stuff, I'm going to have to charge you for it. And so they just start laughing about it. But no, we really do have a good time in the shop. We got one actor. His name is 14, and he kind of acts like a 14-year-old kid with a chainsaw. And he'll come in and he'll act like he's stealing some of the teddy bears that I have in the shop. He'll go in and like steal them out, and people are just like looking at him as he stuff like these big bears in his overalls and stuff, and runs out with them. So so we have a lot of the characters that are interactive with the shop out there. Like I said, we try to make it not look like a typical gift shop. We make it like a part of the haunted house.
That's pretty cool. So, tell me a little bit about the owner. What's he like?
The owner, he's a really great guy. We just started paying the actors, but we were a charity. We still are a charity haunted house. We the owners actually give I don't know the specific amount, but they do give a certain amount to the Lions Club, which they help out with people who can't afford like glasses and eye care. And there's a few other organizations that they really do help out. And then like at Christmas time, they go around for families who can't afford like Christmas, and they help the families out. And at Thanksgiving time, and they're really involved in the community out there. And so like I said, a lot of the proceeds goes and helps the community out there. They're so involved in so many different charity organizations, and so that was one reason why I went out there, because I was like, I know what I'm doing, and I love what I do, and I don't mind volunteering out there and helping out, and so, but he's a great guy, and you need anything, he's there more than willing to help you out. we have like every first Saturday of the month, we have like a training class where everybody gets together. The owner buys us like pizza and drinks, like soda water and water, and we get to all together like a family, and we just talk about like ideas, and we try to improve like each other, like how can we make the haunted house better, what can we do to improve characters, what can we do. So we have that every first Saturday of the month, except October. But and then we also he gives us like other little parties and stuff. So I mean, really, we're meeting. All of us are meeting at least once a month, if not twice a month, up there, and it just really bonds that family together. I mean, really, and when I say family, that's one place that I can call almost everybody up there a family. We have each other's backs up there all the time. I mean, we it's not like, oh, well, we just talk at Halloween time or in October, and that's it. No, we talk almost at least once a week or something, and meet up at least once a month. And like I said, really, I mean, it's an amazing place, and everybody out there that I've ever met that comes through it is really just incredible. Like, it's because they want to be out there, and it's not like a normal job. And the children, I mean, because the oldest, are like, we've got kids out there like 14 and 15-year-olds that come out with their parents, and it's so just amazing to see how enthusiastic that they are to be doing something like this instead of being out on the streets, running the streets or doing drugs or anything like that. Like, they're so involved in the haunted house that they love to do that so much. And I mean, it makes me just smile, unbelievably. It just makes me smile to see that these kids are so involved in this. And that's one reason why I love to continue to go out there. And, I try to tell some people my story about how I've gotten involved and everything. And a lot of these kids, they look at me like a mentor. And I talk to them about different things. And that's what I love. I love to, like, mentor these kids. And, try to show them, like, hey, this is a great, activity to do. A lot of people think that doing a haunted house, celebrating haunted houses or Halloween is like a satanic ritual, thing. And really, to us, it's just like it's just something to have fun with, to relieve stress. It's somewhere you can go to be somebody else for a couple of hours a night. And that's the biggest thing,
Yeah, something that's pretty awesome. So, who is the most wildest, insane character at the haunted house who like lives their character like 24/7 during that whole season?
Well, there's like a couple out there. There's a couple if you look, and like I said, there's lots of videos on YouTube and Facebook. But there's a few out there. There's one. His name is Willie Baca, and he's a red clown out there, and he just goes crazy. He has an air horn, a bat with a big old saw blade on the end of it. He just goes nonstop sometimes. There's like no chill point to him. He gets out there, and it's just no stop. He'll go chase you down down that little alleyway, and I mean, literally, he interacts with everybody out there, and I mean, he's just an amazing person. He's on, like I said, all the like social medias and everything. He's just a really great actor, and a clown, and I really respect what he does. And then we have another person out there named Specula, and she's off the wall too. If you don't see her, she's either jumping on tables, she either is jumping in and out of trash cans. We've quite a few times made people when I was able to act with her, we've actually made people almost like spit their, because they have funnel cakes and stuff. We have people out there like spitting up their funnel cakes and getting pretty nauseated with some of the stuff that we do out there. It's a little gross, but we have lots of fun out there. We dig in the trash cans. There's no stop to the characters. We try to go above and beyond, and it's just amazing. And then, of course, there's like I said, there's 14. He's like he's a grown man with a 14-year-old brain who walks around with a chainsaw, and he's really nonstop too. He goes off on everybody, and he will chase you around with that chainsaw all night long. So we have we do have a group of characters out there that are just if you're not getting hit by one, you're gonna get you're gonna get hit by one of them. Like, not actually hit, but I'm talking about you're gonna get scared by one of them or frightened somehow by one of them. And like I said, they're just an amazing group. It's like it's nonstop. There's no chill on any of them. And that's from the first weekend that we're open to the very last hour that we're open. They're out there. They know, and it's just crazy. It really is how dedicated that all these actors are. So like I said, most of them, we have a lot of people that watch them on Facebook and YouTube and a lot of that. So they're, like I said, they give it their all every single night. I give them that. They give it, they give it all to them. So it's amazing, what they do.
So how extreme is the haunted house and the haunted trails? Do you have like a normal one, and do you also have the one where it's like the extreme one for the real hardcore fans, where you get really hardcore with them?
Well, I would love to have one of the where it's hardcore, just like, I'd love to do something like that, but the owner, we keep it to where, I've seen grown men push their women in front of them and go running out of there. And I'm talking about these men are like 6'2", 6'5", 200 or 300 pound men, that have come running out of there because they're freaking out so bad, and literally, like, some of the with the things, the way they're set up, it will give you chills. I've been through there before, and some of the actors that they have, like, out in the woods, they have these actors who jump across the mausoleums out there and hang from stuff, and they're just, what they do, you would think that there's 50 people out there, and it's only 3 or 4, and it's just crazy how they can get around out there so quick. And so, we try to make it to where all the family, can go out there, but a lot of the people, last year we had a few people have panic attacks. We've had a few have like seizures. We've had a couple have where they just like completely passed out. It's not the first time that we've had an ambulance come out there, and it's because they get in there, they think they can handle the extreme of it, and they get through the first couple of minutes, and they, like I said, you hear it on the radio, person down, and then we need medical attention out there, because it's literally, some people just get that scared to be inside that haunted house. And we have one inside the clown house, and I've never seen this anywhere else, which is really interesting. We have inside the clown house, there's a part where there's a clown that will tell you wet or dry, and if you say wet, you actually walk through part of the maze, and it's completely covered in like this like sudsy, wet foam, and literally, like the minute you walk in there, you can't like breathe because if you suck, like if you try to like take a deep breath, you you suck the suds up into your nose or into your mouth, and so it's very claustrophobic, you know. And so, I mean, to me, I can't do it. I can't, you know. I mean, literally, it like sucks you in so much because there's so much foam around you that you're just covered in it. And when people walk out, it looks like they just went through a car wash. And so, but on the other side is they call it the dry side, which you just walk through and there's nobody there. But I mean, literally, I've seen people like panicking and run out because they can't handle the claustrophobic of just suds that are around you. So I would say, Creepy Hollow, each haunted house is pretty extreme. I mean, it's like I said, it's not for the faint of heart, as you would say.
Hey, it must be good because, like you said earlier on here, people from all around come. So, are you like one of the top notch haunted houses in Texas?
Yes, I believe. I mean, like I said, a lot of haunted houses say they're number one, but I actually do believe that we're actually number one haunted house all in Texas because, like I said, I mean, and I'm not even joking. I've had people come and they show me that they've actually gotten tattoos of like Relic the Clown and some of the characters that we have out there. And I mean, it baffles my mind that, I mean, it's literally like these people look at Creepy Hollow Haunted House like they do Disney World. Like, people get Mickey Mouse tattooed on their body. People are actually getting Relic the Clown tattooed on their body. That's how popular Creepy Hollow Haunted House is. And like I said, it just blows my mind that people up north know who we are. People across the water, they watch Relic stream. They watch all this stuff and I mean I watch it too, and it's just like it's amazing how many followers he has, how many how many people love his stuff, and it amazes me, because he does it. He has like a live broadcast that he does every Monday night around 7:00. He does another one on Wednesday nights, and I believe he does one more, but I don't know what night that's on. But I know Monday and Wednesdays for sure. And some of the other clowns out there, they also do like Facebook Live as well. They're always online doing different things as well. And so it's crazy to me to see, all these different people coming all around just to come and see us. Like we have a truck driver who comes out every year. He takes his days off, drives all the way down, and actually parks his rig and stays just to come hang at the haunted house because he loves the place so much.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and we love all of our fans. We love everybody. Like I mean, they after because I have some fans and they'll come down. Like I have a couple that is from Louisiana, which is probably from where we're at almost like 6 hours, and they will travel the 6 hours, and they message me and like, hey, we're bringing you official boudin and official cracklins, and we're going to come down and see you. And so they bring me all this stuff, and I mean it's like I'm overjoyed. It's just like I can't believe like I have fans that come down and see me because they love my character, they love what I do out there, and it's just like, and so they love to just, like I said, they get there on the property, they go through the haunted houses, and they love to just hang out, you know. And so we interact with them in character, and we'll sometimes we go out to dinner with them afterwards or whatever, since they made the long drive out. But I mean, like I said, we've had people from all over just come, and like I said, it's amazing. I never thought that, you know, being part of like Creepy Hollow Haunted House, how people love it so much that you would have like fans like that, you know.
Yeah. So Creepy Hollow. How many haunted attractions do you have? What are the haunted attractions?
We have the Dark Woods, which is our biggest attraction. Um, I don't know how many square foot it is, but it takes you about a good. If you normally like pacing yourself through it, um, it would take you a good 20 minutes to walk through the whole woods. And the first parts are all like hillbilly shacks. There's like woods. There's like a coal mine out there. There's like big spider areas. And then you walk through. There's we kind of decorated it to look like a Louisiana like cemetery with a whole bunch of big monuments out there, and so you walk through the other half of it. Is you walk through that, and then there's a big chainsaw maze at the end that you walk through. And one thing that Creepy Hollow does is not only do you get like in the chainsaw maze, which I think this is really cool. They don't only just have people that chase you around chainsaws or other. They actually have people who play like people like victims out there, like telling you, oh, you have to escape and everything else, and then they get snatched up, so it makes it more realistic.
Nice.
Than getting chased by a chainsaw, so that it makes it a little bit more creepier to see some just random person standing out there telling you, hey, you need to escape, and then all of a sudden you see some guy chasing you with a chainsaw, and instead of getting you, he gets the other person, and they get snatched up and dragged away. And so a lot of customers are not expecting that. And so I mean, like I said, it's really intense. And then we have they call it the 288 Scare Factor, which is it's like laboratory kind of slash like how like all the mutants were made out there. Everything went into the laboratory, and that's how they made all the characters out there. And so there's like doctors in there. There's just all sorts of like lab stuff. And I mean, it's incredible. And that the 288 Scare Factor is actually a 2-story haunted house. And so it's you go upstairs, and then you walk through, and then you walk through another part downstairs. It's really neat. I mean, it's just incredible what they do in there. And then you have the Blackwood, or the they call it what do they call that? The Clown House, which is basically all clowns. And I mean, it's crazy some of the effects that they have there. They have like these big clowns on a wall that look like the wall is flat, and then all of a sudden it just pops out at you. There's people hiding in like big boxes, and clowns really coming out from the ceiling from you. And I mean, really, it's just crazy how they just get all these actors in there and stuff them in weird places that, I mean, half the time when I've walked through there, I don't know where they're popping out at. They really pop out from everywhere. And, there's always just that one spot where you think, oh yeah, they're going to pop out from right there. And they're not there. They're actually, on the other side in a box or something. And you're like, how the hell did they get, fit somebody in there? But they make it work. They really do. And it's really crazy how the way the clowns work in there. And then they have that one actually too. You can walk through with 3D glasses, if you want. And so a lot of the they had this artist come in and do some amazing 3D artwork on the walls. So as you're walking through, even the walls are popping out at you in there. So it's really amazing. I forgot the artist's name, but he's done a lot of different haunted houses, and his work is just amazing what he does in there. So,
that's pretty wild.
Yeah, I mean, we do have a wild time, that's for sure.
All right. Tell us where everybody can find you on social media, and also Haunted Hollow.
If you want to look up the gift shop, that would be Teddy Bear, Teddie, like Ted Die, and then Bears. You can find me on Facebook. That's where I mostly post everything at. If you look that up, that's where you'll find my page at. I'm not really good with like social media. I'm still learning more about that. Of course, I'm just a dumb hillbilly, I guess. But I'm still trying to figure most of that stuff out. But I do have an Instagram page. I believe it's the same name under that as well. But that's where you can find me at. And if you look up Creepy Hollow Haunted House in Rocheron, Texas, any media platform that I know of, you can look us up on there, and you can get discounted tickets. You'll be able to see the hours of operations. We open up tomorrow night at 7:30. We run to midnight. We will be open every Friday and Saturday, all the way up till like November. We also do have a blackout weekend in November, and we will, if they check the dates on the website, we also do have a Christmas show, which we, literally, we turn around in about 2 weeks, and we turn that whole park into like the most. And literally, we light the whole place up with probably over 10,000 Christmas lights. We have Christmas music playing out there, like creepy Christmas music. We have a Krampus parade that goes every hour out there. We have snow that blows out there because, of course, Texas doesn't snow, so we have to make our own snow out here. So, but yeah, we have a big Christmas event as well out there, and they can find all that information on the website. Like I said, definitely check out Relic the Clown, and and check out Teddy Bear, which that's Teddie Bear on Facebook, and you'll be able to see a lot of the creations that I make, a lot of the bears that I make, and the gift shop, which we would love anybody to come out and support. Because, like I tell all the customers, if you don't support Teddy Bear, the Teddy Bear ain't going to eat tonight. And that's just a true fact.
All right.
So we have a lot of fun.
All right. Thank you so much. And everybody, thank you for listening to Horror Pop After Midnight. You can like my Facebook page, Horror Pop After Midnight Podcast. Like and subscribe and hit the bell on my YouTube channel, Horror Pop After Midnight Podcast. I'm also on Twitter at Pop After, and also on Instagram at Horror Pop After Midnight Podcast. And you can listen to recent episodes on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Spreaker.com, Apple Podcasts, and all those great platforms out there. Everybody have a great